Good morning. I'm coming to you here from the Topside Inn in Boothbay Harbor at the top of the hill with innkeepers Mark to the left and Buzz to the right. So, guys, you've been here about 7 years, special place, and I can tell you've done a lot to it over the years. What brought you here in the first place? To this property. Let's say to this property.
To this property.
Yeah.
Sure. No, I grew up here vacationing as a kid, which was great. We've been coming here for many generations, and I got to know the previous owners. I used to own a restaurant here in town, and got to know the previous owners. And fast forward, they introduced us. We ended up getting married, and a year later, bought their inn.
Yes.
So.
Okay.
That's the short
So
story.
the previous owners brought us to this.
Okay. Okay. And I remember it from them, and they had done a beautiful job updating it, but you've taken it to another whole level, haven't you?
We have. So the Topside Inn consists of the main house and 2 guest houses, the Windward and Leeward guest house. So we bought it almost 7 years, just over 7 years ago, and in that time we have completely renovated the 2 guest houses, and we've been making our way through the main house. And the bar we're sitting in is our latest renovation. Which used to be a guest room called Room 1. It's now Bar 1.
I'm just going to stand up and give a little preview of what this looks like, because it gives you a sense of the handsome decor here. Contemporary art, I love that. Exquisite floral arrangements. And you get a peek into the living room and one of the dining areas, and out on the lawn, and there's one of the guest houses over there. But one of the things I love about this property is, well, you're at the top of the hill. The views are spectacular.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're the highest point in town, so that gives us wonderful views of the harbor and the islands. We can even see a lighthouse from here, and so it is a really special vantage point.
Yeah, and it's four acres too, which is nice. So we actually put a map on our website because the #1 question was, how far are you from town? And we would say, we're right in the center of town. And they would say, no, you're not. I'm looking at your photos. And it was like, no, we happen to be lucky to have 4 acres. So we have a beautiful lawn and lots of trees, but we're 1 block up from Main Street. So.
And and you've got such amount of space here, especially with your orchard over on the other side and gardens, and looking out here the lawn with all the Adirondack chairs on it, and the porch. You feel a world away, and yet you can walk down the hill and
you're right there.
You're right there, and you don't have the parking hassles.
No. And speaking of the orchard, that was something we put in a few years ago, and this is the first year we're actually getting a lot of fruit from it. So we have apples and. We haven't got any pears yet, but we have apples, peaches, plums, cherries, and hopefully pears someday. They'll come in. And we use all that stuff for our breakfasts.
Oh, perfect segue. Let's talk about breakfast.
Okay. Well, Mark and I both love to cook, and so we take turns. I handle all the sweet and baked items, and Mark handles all the savory items.
Yes.
So.
Because I can't bake.
So we pretty much alternate every other day from a sweet to a savory item. And then whoever's cooking, the other person will make some sort of accompaniment as a continental item. So it's fun. It's fun. And we get very creative. We actually wrote our own cookbook in 2019. And so we just have a lot of fun with the food.
Yeah, and we try and do a lot of stuff from the orchard or the gardens that we have here, or of course local. We get mushrooms from Oyster Creek Mushroom Farm, and we get the eggs dropped off once a week. So yeah, it's nice being in such an area with such great food everywhere.
Yeah. This region has a lot of farms and producers and oysters and fish. You've got everything, really.
We have a fantastic food market. Farmers market every Thursday.
Yeah.
So we love going there and getting them and supporting them as well.
So tell me a little bit about the rooms here. Who's going to be comfortable, and what kind of rooms? What are you doing with decor and things in the rooms?
Well, it's definitely adult themed. So with the new bar and the rooms we've renovated them, and I don't know, we just kind of coastal, modern, but still with a nod to the original house that was here. The guest houses were built in the 50s and 60s, so we could really have fun with those and not have to worry about, keeping any traditions or something. So we really vaulted ceilings and put in ceiling fans. They all have air conditioning and recessed lights, so they're very comfortable, and they all have their own porches on private balconies.
Oh, nice.
And then the main house, we're trying to keep a little more traditional.
Yes. So all rooms only have one bed. So they really are, as Mark said, it's kind of adult themed, couple themed. That's really what our target market is, and our guests that we love to have come stay with us are couples. Most rooms have king beds.
And single travelers.
Sure, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
Most rooms have king beds. We only have about 3, I think, that have queen beds, and every other room has a king. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah, we're just updating them with all, new showers and walking, a lot of them marble walk-in showers now, and benches, and most of them, their own refrigerators. We put Nespresso coffee makers in all the rooms, which is really nice, so guests can stay in bed a little longer before they have to come down to get their coffee and breakfast. So.
And one of the things I love is in this little bar, you also do kind of a tapas style fare and a little bit heavier. I think you call them slates.
Yes.
And so, if it's a rainy night or you just don't feel like going out or you're tired, you can pretty much make a dinner here, right?
Yeah, we do some fun things. So Buzz marinates and sous vide some pork tenderloin, which is really great. We do different cheeses, of course, and then we are also having a number of imported tin fish that is really fun. So we do a little octopus, and we'll cook some fingerling potatoes to be on the side of that. But you can. Some people do make a meal out of it, or they just have it as a snack before they head downtown for dinner.
Perfect. And where do you suggest they head downtown to dinner? Just a couple of ideas off the top of your
There's
head.
a few. I mean, our friends opened Harborside 1901 this year, and they're doing a fantastic job. So really, at Buzz's advice, made it seafood focused, just because we're in Maine and we have so many great restaurants in town, but a lot of them are Italian or bistro style or things like that. So they're doing a super job. An awesome sushi chef, so we find ourselves there a lot. And
then we have, like Mark said, Italian. We have Ports of Italy, which is out of this world. And the Thistle Inn is very
great.
good.
Yes, I owned that years ago. But they're doing a super job with it, and we love going back there too.
And then, of course, we've got Shannon's Unshelved,
Yes.
who are little local gem who makes these wonderful lobster rolls that are really great, and no long lines like you might find somewhere else.
Place that shall not be named.
Exactly.
And then Boros Bistro is always great.
Yeah.
So it's always great.
Yeah.
That roof deck, we find ourselves up there too. An afternoon, great place for lunch or dinner.
Brady's
roof
and
deck. Yeah.
Brady's and Mine Oyster. There's lots of really neat places to go. Pretty much anyone can find something that really suits them thematically or level of sophistication or casual and then the type of food. So you can really find anything that you're looking for in town.
And people are trying to do unique things like the Boothbay Craft Brewery. They are open a few days a week now, and they're doing wood-fired pizzas and just like a great outdoor beer garden they have. So just a lot of neat things around here.
Fun things.
Yeah.
And of course, you've got all the water and all the preserves and all that. We could talk forever, but this is getting very long. So thank you, Mark and Buzz.
Well, thanks for asking.
Yeah, they're at the Topside Inn on the top of the hill in Boothbay.
All right.